Am I the a-hole for telling my husband to accept the compromise we agreed on for our child's name, or figure out a better compromise? My husband and I are expecting a baby. We don't know the sex, but I could give birth at any time now. We have a boy and a girl's name chosen. The choices generally are compromises. We didn't agree on names really and had different beliefs around names, I guess. He believes in formal names and kids having really solid middle names as well. I believe in naming the child what you want to call them, something I got from my parents who named me and my siblings that way, and my siblings went on to do the same. For example, I'm Lainey. Just Lainey. I don't have a more formal version of my name. I never felt like I needed a more formal name. My name works for me as a 34-year-old woman just as much as it did when I was 4. This led to some trouble for us because I gravitate more to names my husband considers nicknames. I found his choices very stuffy and unappealing, and he found my juvenile. But he liked Theodora and I liked Thea, and we agreed eventually to the full name for him, but I'd always use Thea. For a boy, we went with Declan for him and Dex for me. Again with him using Declan and me Dex. But my husband doesn't like that I only say Thea or Dex. It bothers him that the full name gets ignored, and he said he believes my family and a lot of our friends will use the names I do. I told him the compromise only worked because was okay, that he could use the full and I could use the nickname. He said the full name seems like it will be ignored otherwise and I should use both to make it fairer, and I told him that's just him getting his way. I told him if he wanted a better compromise then he better come back to the table willing to look at different names. Before, names like Bryn, Lyra, Piper, and Freya were ruled out by him for not meeting his standards of formal. Because they're shorter names. He said they were nicknamed light versions. But shorter, more formal names feel like the only other possible compromise for us, and he doesn't agree. So I told him he needs to accept what we already compromised on, or we find a better compromise, which doesn't mean him getting his way. He told me I'm very dismissive of his concerns, and I told him I was already going with a legal name I didn't care for under our compromise, so he should be more willing to work with me if he wants to change the names. Am I the a-hole?